One wrong wire nearly killed this project. Welcome back. This is a real build-in public series, real repo, real commits, nothing cleaned up. By the end of today, you'll watch a real backend and a real frontend actually talk to each other. Last time, I just pitched the idea and scoped the project, an AI assistant that lives inside my channel's workflow. No code got written. Today that changes. We scaffold the real thing. The naive version of this is call the OpenAI API and print the response. That's not a dev tool, that's a demo. The first agent project I ever touched, I wired the UI straight into the model call, and untangling that later cost me a whole weekend. I'd rather not repeat. Think of it like a restaurant. The dining room takes orders, the kitchen cooks, and a slip of paper carries orders between them. Neither side needs to know how the other works. That's this system. React is the dining room, FastAPI is the kitchen, plain JSON is the order slip. Keep that slip boring now, so the kitchen can get as complicated as it needs later, without the dining room ever noticing. FastAPI because it's boring, fast, and there's nothing to fight. No config maze before you write your first route. The course blog just tells it to trust requests coming from the Vite dev server on 5173. Nothing fancier than that. Vite plus React plus TypeScript, same reasoning as the backend. Proven, fast to boot, nothing exotic. This effect just hits the backend once on load and flips the dashboard into connected or unreachables. Dead simple. But it's the first real proof the two sides can talk. I ran this for real, started UVCon, curl/ap/health, got back a genuine 200 with status OK. That round trip you're watching is the actual request path. Browser to FastAPI and back. Think of a detective on a case. Form a theory. Go check it. See what turns up. Adjust. Repeat. Behind that health endpoint, episode 3 adds exactly that loop for the agent. Plan a step, act by calling a tool, observe the result, decide what's next. Nothing about today's skeleton has to change to support it. This is the whole backend right now. App, course, one real endpoint. Compile clean, curl clean, nothing fake about it. Clean. Every tool the agent gets next episode is just another route added to this same file. Once there's a real conversation happening, you can't just hand the model the entire chat history forever. The context window fills up and costs climb. The plan is to keep recent turns verbatim and periodically summarize the older ones down into a compact memory block. Honestly, I think most tutorials reach for a heavy agent framework way too early. You don't need one until the loop itself gets complicated, and right now it's 3 functions and a decision. Keeping JSON HTTP as the only contract means I can rip out the model provider or the whole agent logic without touching a single React component. Tools will fail. A timeout, a bad argument, an API that's just down. The loop needs to tell the difference between entry this and give up and tell the user honestly instead of the whole agent silently hanging. Next time, we wire an actual LLM call into this backend and give it its first real tool to call. That's when this stops being a skeleton and starts being an agent. This build is nowhere near done. Here's the pattern to steal for any project, not just this one. Keep the boundary between two systems boring and plain, and either side can get as complicated as it needs without breaking the other. Compiling takes forever. Subscribing takes 0 seconds. If something feels off or missing, tell me in the comments.